Bloons Tower Defense, or Bloons TD, is an unique tower defense game that it has its own audience. It was first released and published in 2007 by Ninja Kiwi. The first game was playable on the browser. It was a flash game as far as I know. It was known of its difficulty and it opened a road for strategy games genre. The gameplay is very simple. The towers you are going to use are monkeys, which they are upgradable and each have its own abilities and will be unlocked once you reach a specified upgrade. In the game there's a currency to buy stuff which is bananas. There's too much to take about this game, but this channel's for game development, not game reviews. So I created my own tower defense game. Base defense. It's inspired by Bloons TD. Here's why. In the last few years in game development industry or gaming, 90% of the games releases were all about first person shooter and third person shooter. There are other games but they were all under the first person perspective or the third person perspective. There might be other genre releases but they were never made it or I didn't heard about them. At least. I'm talking about PlayerUnknown Battleground, Fortnite, PlayerUnknown Battleground Mobile, Free Fire, Overwatch, Valorant, and Apex Legends, and many more. Now, to be clear, I don't hate the first person shooter and the third person shooter games, but too much of something is bad. And I kinda get bored from this genre, which make me search for other games. It says I haven't found any, even if I found, it will be an old game that has been abandoned. And since I was on my game development journey, I decided to create a real time strategy game which lead to this base defense. As I said, I got inspired by Balloon's tower defense and I took all the tower defense elements, building bases, upgrade bases, resource gathering, with a few changes. I use this science fiction in my game so I don't limit myself and use my imagination. And as a tower defense game where you need to defend a specified area or base, it's easy to pick up but hard to master. The currency in my game is the energy or power. By destroying an enemy, you get more energy to build, repair your defense. And in some levels, you are allowed to build a generator which generate energy by time. Unlike Bloons TD, where you need to stop balloons, here you have to defend against military units, tank, Humvee, and aircraft, and so on. Same as Bloons TD, there are different kind of balloons: red, yellow, camouflage, iron, and same here. There are different type of units by tank, Humvee, aircraft, and each of them has different kind. In order for your enemy to reach the destination, it will try to remove the obstacle in its way by destroying, damaging your defenses. All levels are available to play. The higher the level, the more difficulty it will be, and the stronger the unit to appear. There are two modes for my game: the normal mode, which playing the ordinary waves, and the infinity mode, which is the same as the first, but then the waves will be keep coming and coming as long as you survive. Each level has its own difficulty, which make it very difficult from the others. Each building has a description to it for the player to understand. Now, since I'm a programmer more than a graphic designer, and I was still learning, I chose to make my game a stylized low poly graphics. And you need to be really careful for your actions as they have a high impact on the battlefield. And unlike other AIs or other units in other tower defense game where there's a static route for them to take and you already know that, here in my game the unit or enemies can choose different routes or roads to take in order to reach their destination. And you need to defend those areas in order to win. It will try to do some certain tricks by searching the target without you knowing it. Very well, I hope you enjoy the video. If you like it, hit the like, very helpful, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos. And to download the game, there's a link in the description for my itch.io. I'm Hussam Shab, and I hope to see you next time.